Hello and welcome everybody into some Wednesday night championship racing action here with us on this wonderful Wednesday evening as the Vigilante Racing League crowned yet another champion here tonight. Three drivers looking to try to claim their first ever season championship, with another one trying to claim his third. Who's gonna bring home all these hardware here tonight? Oh, well, we're just gonna have to race this one on out here at New Hampshire to find that out. So let's go ahead and get things all started off and kicked off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge proud thank you to the sponsors of the VRL, such as GC Cruise Travel and Mr. Greg Klein. Give him a call at 918-906-5616 or shoot him an email or a message on the Facebooks to get your next vacation booked up and underway, all with the help of a professional to take all the stress and anxiety of trying to plan that perfect vacation. Well, Greg can get you relaxing here sooner while saving you a boatload of money. And yes, pun not and intended. As we say a huge thank you to GC Cruise Travel, the official travel provider of the VRL and AAA Broadcasting. Big thank you as well to Blue Fox Properties and Mr. Dave Mayberry. Give him a call at 520-850-4189 to get yourself into that home of your dreams. Whether it's there in the Tucson, Arizona area or anywhere across the country, let Dave and his 18 plus years of experience get you into that property, or help you sell, or do whatever you need to do, because this house market just gets crazier and crazier day by day. So don't delay and get a good quality realtor today. Big thank you as well to D&D Race Graphics and their phenomenal paint schemes, as well as splash screens that you see each and every single week. Be sure to help beautify the iRacing experience and get yourself a customized paint from D&D Race Graphics here today. And of course, big thank you to Mr. Ricky Wittenberg in Southbound Real Estate. He's over there in the Tennessee area if you're looking to buy or sell your house. He can also help you across the country. So, you know, he's got all his connections. Dave's got all his connections. So you definitely got some options there. Give Ricky a call at 423-444-0454 to start looking for that home of your dreams. Big thank you to Ricky Wittenberg and Southbound Real Estate. As always, I am Alan Brown, and I am joined by the Brewmaster in general, Mr. Alan English here. Welcome to the Granite State, my good buddy, and welcome into the Magic Mile here at New Hampshire, where we're going to crown a champion here at the end of tonight. And it's not an easy task. This is just kind of like a tricky little track. Only got about a lane and a half worth of racing that you can actually use. It's going to be difficult to pass. It can get kind of tight in these corners, easy to spin out. Man, I think we're going to be in for a pretty dang good showing here tonight.
Yeah, it runs like a really short track. It's right at a mile, and there's not a whole heck of a lot of banking here. So, yeah, you're living on the edge the whole way around this track, and I think it's a a good place to have our finale. I mean, it's well-rounded drivers are going to find themselves into the top 4. Okay, so guys that can race good at intermediates and road courses. Not always the case, but in the big tracks too. So this is kind of a almost a middle of the road type deal that's all skill. New Hampshire is freaking crazy difficult. There's a lot of rubber laid down out there on the track already, so we're gonna see how it shakes out, man. This championship, the 4 guys here are all well deserving to be where they're at, and I'm curious to see whether we're gonna have a repeat 3-time champion in Pope, or if we're gonna have a new champion here in either Osborne, Eaton, or Bittner. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to get started.
Yeah, that indeed. And getting started down there on a pit road for all the beating and banging and all the mayhem action. The master of anger management specialist himself, Mr. Adam Turner, ready to rumble for one final race here for this championship here at New Hampshire. Turner, I think you can kind of feel it in the air. We saw the last couple days the Discord started to really blow up with a bit of fun smack talk between each of the drivers. Of course, Timothy Pope being the soft-spoken man himself, just saying, I'll be ready, and that's about it, and everybody else just absolutely going ham. So what do you expect to see out here, Turner?
I think we're going to see a little bit of mayhem with the other drivers. It's flatter than Lubbock out here. I don't understand this track, to be honest with you. It looks super wide, but I think because it's so flat, I think as tires wear, you're going to have some movement up and down the track, side to side. So that could get in the way of our top 4 drivers. We have most of the guys showed up. This league is amazing how many people show up from beginning to end. A lot of leagues aren't like that. We have pretty much every driver here tonight for the championship, so it's going to make for some fun. But guess what? If you're the top driver, you got to get through that traffic, and you're going to have the skill to get through it here at New Hampshire. Hopefully they put in their laps, because this is going to be super tough, but I think it's going to be kind of fun. Hopefully we see one of those bears or moose or whatever y'all have up there.
Mises.
Here, they have what? Mises? Oh,
Eat no, Mises, no. Yeah, Mises.
Here we go with all the bad English pun intended. All right, here's the rules, Brown. 1 fast repair tonight, 65% fuel, 5 total sets of tires. I think that's going to help. 21 incident points, you get a penalty. 6 incident points after that, you'll start getting more penalties. And the track isn't terribly bad right now. 86 degrees, not too bad. Should be nice and grippy.
That indeed it should be, as we take a look here at this race information. Beautiful weather out there, not a drop of rain in the forecast here, unlike the real life race on Sunday. So this should be definitely interesting to see how everything all plays on out with these amazing racing conditions here tonight. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race, and it's pretty dang simple. You just got to leave it all out there on that racetrack. No sense trying to save a little bit of something, wishing that maybe you had made this move, maybe you didn't make this move. You just gotta kind of have to send it here.
And just like the kid with the tattoo across his neck said, no regrets. Yeah, you gotta have no regrets here tonight, and do what you gotta do. I mean, we heard through some of the smack talk, if guys got to get turned, they got to get turned. I mean, this is for money here, folks. Let's not forget that. It's not just for a championship and some hardware. This is for some dough as well. So, yeah, the guys definitely going to go out there and leave nothing on the trailer, or leave nothing out there on the track. Put in your best effort and take care of your truck as well. I mean, it's important not to get too damaged here, and we're going to have some issues with lap traffic here tonight on this 1 mile oval.
Yeah, and the money's going to be good, but the bragging rights are the best part because
Yep.
everybody knows when you've won one of these championships here in this league. They were pretty, like you said, close-knit group, but the money is good. Tax man, don't worry. It's all fake money. Nobody wants to claim this on their fake taxes. Don't worry about that. Let's just have some fun out here and see who can be the champ.
And we're about ready to find that out as the drivers head on down to get in their race trucks to field out tonight's starting grid. Go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver is going to be starting here tonight. Starting up on pole position, the 23 of Sean McDonnell, stealing away at pole position here tonight. He's going to have one of those championship contenders, the 7 of Timothy Pope, starting up there in second to that outside lane. 14 of Dustin with a Y, another one of those championship contenders, starting right there up towards the front in third. He's going to have the 33 of Jess Vaught starting right beside him in fourth. 13 of Andrew Player, this is his home track here tonight. He's going to be starting up inside of that top 5 with a championship contender there in the 81 of Jonathan Osborne, starting to his outside here in sixth. 89 of Craig Goodenough, trying to do a good enough job out here tonight to maybe try to steal a win away from any of these championship guys here, starting in 7th with the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg, having a great starting spot up inside that top 10 here in 8th. 6 of Trevor Robertson is going to have a good 9th place starting position with the 69 of Larry Dickerson, the Milk Dud, rounding out your field's top 10.
53 truck of Jeremiah Burks starting in 11th here tonight. George Rakota, the 28, outside row number 6 there. Championship 4 driver, the 84 of Josh Bittner, starting midfield here in 13th, but I like his chances here at a track with not a whole lot of incline in the turns, as good as he is at Pocono. 14th place, Zachary Hallinan in the 74 to start out there tonight. 16, Kyle Vaught starting in 15th place. 16th will be Kelly Keel in the 01, former champion. The 1 of David Fight starting in 17th place. Outside row number 9, Jacob Young in the 77 machine. John Curtis in the 43 starts 19th, and rounding out your top 20 here tonight, John Gallagher in the 123.
92 of Greg Klein, the 21st. He might Klein someone tonight. We'll see. 434, Kevin Hunt, 22nd. 23rd, the nickname, the number 29, Dave Mayberry. 10, Andrew Cawthon, 24th, 25th, the 085, our Canadian friend, Greg Dobson. And because of penalties, starting in the back, the 99 of America's driver, Albert Anderson. And then there's Lori. Let's thank Lori for another season well done, well put together. She controls all this mayhem from the booth.
As here we go, everybody getting their trucks fired up behind the pace truck here as he prepares to peel off down onto pit road to get this party started. We thank you all for tuning in and watching. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted that every time that we go live. Of course, hit that thumbs up button as well if you enjoy any of this racing action like we're about to see here, as there goes the pace car down onto a pit lane, which means it is time to go championship green flag racing here from New Hampshire. Side by side, the 23 and the 7 send it off down into turns 1 and 2. They're all going to try to stay below that kind of dark upper side of the racetrack as we're going 3 wide here with the 23 and the 14 making a run with the 7 still stuck up on the outside lane, still going to be staying 3 wide as they enter into turns 3 and 4. 33 of Just Fly opening will get going here as the 23, he starts to go around. That's going to bring out our first caution as the 23 goes sideways down across the track. The 10 Andrew Cawthon also gets a little squiggly and loose there, and it looked like old Uncle Dave ended up getting a little loose as well.
Yeah, separate incident there from Dave Mayberry happened right at the same time there, just a different spot in the track.
Yeah, he was kind of just down on the apron and ends up kind of losing control of it just a little bit there, but was able to get things all wound back up together as we kind of go ahead and watch what happened here with the 23. This is something quite a few of the drivers were saying throughout the week in their practices is you got to be careful putting that pedal back down coming out of these corners, because it will want to step out on you, and that is exactly what happened to the 23. Thankfully, it doesn't look like any contact or anything like that, other than when the 10 kind of came sliding in just a little bit late there, but nonetheless, just a little spinneroony, and we get to go ahead and restart this thing once again.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us over there in the YouTube chat here tonight. Chan the Man joining us. Albert Anderson's pop out there pulling for Albert, of course. Earl Evans pulling for Chachi out there. Thank you for being here as well. Taylor Provax pulling for the Vots, of course. Probably looking for a championship spoiler there, pulling for the 33 and the 16. Chan the Man also pulling for George and Bittner out there. Thank you for being here as always. Dylan Bryant pulling for Albert and Milk Dud out there. Dickerson. Let's see. Yeah, Albert Anderson starting from the back here tonight. Albert Anderson's pop asking about it as well. It was from contact lap 2 of last week, according to the race report there at Iowa. So just a incident causing a crash, just a carryover penalty. Not the end of the world there, as we know that Albert's known to work his way up through the field. What else we got? Joe Canellis out there joining us saying, go get it, Albert. Get that hard charger out there. Greg Dobson saying, who's going to win this thing? I think maybe we'll put up a poll or something maybe later in the race, seeing what everybody's opinion is. Let's see. Red Arnell out there pulling for Craig Goodenough in the 89 machine. Dylan Bryant saying good luck to everyone out there. So Edson Ochoa pulling for the 77, of course, his buddy down there in the Rio Grande Valley in Texas. We appreciate y'all watching. And Analea Tovar pulling for Eaton, of course. Let's go, baby. She does the thing which I'm not allowed to do anymore, the orangutan yell.
You're banned, yeah.
I'm banned from doing it. I'm sure we'll get one of the drivers to do it on the radio soon. Yeah.
Lori says, what up, AAA? Lori Bott. I think he skipped
Awesome.
her.
Well, I was trying to get through it all as fast as I could, and I didn't want to run over. We got less than one to go here. But yeah,
well, Peyton McGowan says, let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, it's happening tonight. I like that. Let's get this going. We got to do that poll pretty quick because, you don't want somebody to sandbag the poll or anything.
Like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we got to do it fairly quick when Brown or when one of us has a chance to do it. I don't know how to operate anything.
Oh, there it is.
Technical, so there you go. Look at how quick he is. That's your senior correspondent, Brown. Alan Brown.
As we put up that poll, who do you think is going to walk away with the championship here tonight? Is it going to be Timothy Pope for number 3, or it will be a first-time winner from Osborne, Eaton, or Bittner, as we get ready to go back to the green flag with the pace car peeling off down onto pit road we go, as the 7 elected to use the high lane on this restart side by side with the 14 working his magic on the bottom. 81 of Osborne up here fighting up on that high side along that 33 of Jess Vaughn as they remain side by side heading down and around turns 1 and 2. The 14 getting a great run out of the corner, but the 7 of Timothy Pope still hanging on that outside middle lane. We were saying earlier, just you got to be careful of drifting up the track a little bit too much there where those the asphalt and the tarmac changes. As Albert Anderson having a bit of an issue out there. Still green flag racing right now as things start to single file out. Let's go ahead and kind of quickly watch what happened with Anderson. He was slowly making his way back up through the field. Does kind of look like, though, just getting the back end loose. 29 of Mayberry getting the back end loose there again as well. Thankfully able to save it, losing a few bumper parts, though, for the 99 of America's driver. So he's going to have a whole bunch of work left to do here tonight as the 14 of Dustin with a Y retains the lead up in front over the 7 of Timothy Pope and the 81 of Jonathan Osborne. That is what we like to see. The championship contenders all up at that front trying to really make it work here tonight. Josh Bittner back in 13th right now. Still plenty of race to be had, though. I mean, we're just getting this thing started off. We're not even the 15th of the way through this thing as He tries to line up an attack on the 74 of Zachary Hallinan as the 53 of Jeremiah Burke goes around, and that will bring out the yellow down on the front stretch.
Like maybe a self-spin coming out of 4, trying to get power back down. We know that's difficult with the low banking here.
And we see that at several tracks. 2 and 4 doing what he just did there. It's hard to control and just lost. You know what's out of control is nobody picked Pope so far to win the championship. This guy has won the championship a few times, right? Hadn't he won it a couple times?
Yeah, he's got 2 under his belt.
Yeah, so he's going to try to prove him wrong in there.
As we'll keep that poll up for a good chunk of this race, just so as people come on in, they can cast it and hopefully see their driver that they pick up that championship. I think the reason why, going back to this caution, why the 53 of Burke ended up losing the grip of the rear wheels there, he had somebody on his outside. He wasn't able to kind of extend out of that corner like he probably would want to, and so you got to keep that steering wheel turned in just a little bit longer, and I think that's what caused the back end to want to come around.
A little bit of oversteer. Oh, we got some
We
pits
got some-
already. Bit
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah,
Hallinan as well.
Wittenberg, Hallinan, Jacob Young all coming on down into pit road. Greg Dobson, Jeremiah Burke, Andrew Cawthon, Albert Anderson, Dave Mayberry, and Sean McDonald all hitting some pit boxes here. I wonder if they might be playing the fuel game thing here, where they might think a long green flag run is coming, and they just want to be able to push this thing as far as they can. And who knows? Maybe a pit stop here saves them a pit stop later on.
That's a very, very wise thing you just said there. I think that might be what's going on here. They're just kind of pushing everything to the right here, just in case.
Well, Bittner is like the student of the game. You know, he does some stuff like that. I think he thinks all kinds of stuff through. So it'll be interesting to see if it helps him at near the end of this thing.
He's out there playing mahjong when you're playing dominoes.
I know how to play mahjong tiles.
Or is it chess and checkers? Yeah, he's out there playing chess while you're playing checkers.
I can
Is that
play
what you mean?
both. I don't know. You're the one that said it. I'm already confused.
Well, I mean, that's also not too difficult to do.
And that's the way we like you.
Yeah.
Confused and
Well,
angry.
Just hit the like and subscribe before I come through the TV screen and start grabbing people. Hit the like, subscribe. This is a fun group here. And we need more votes. We only have 12. Let's get 20 votes on this thing. Come on. Y'all can vote.
This
It's
is
easy.
this is the championship race too, guys. And then the next season 9, starting right after. So I can't wait to see the new drivers we got coming in, and we'll go over some of the changes that are going to be occurring for next season. It looks like we're ready to go back green here.
And that we are, as the 14 of Dustin with a Y electing to choose the outside lane here on the restart. Again, here in the VRL, it's leader's choice. Everybody else just kind of has to shuffle into whatever position iRacing says. But yeah, that's how they're operating things. But I can kind of understand it. I know it's a little bit a longer way of going around the racetrack, but just having that option of being able to kind of let that wheel straighten out coming out of the corner a little bit more out towards that outside wall, I think that's why Eaton really likes starting up on the outside here.
Yeah, he had to have seen that it didn't really work out the greatest for Tim Pope on the last restart here. So I'm wondering what his train of thought here is as they get ready to go back green here.
Yeah, the other thing we're going to have to watch out for, even though we got plenty of tires, is tire wear throughout these runs. So we'll have to kind of stay tuned and kind of see how that all plays out as the pace car comes on down and out of the way as the green flag flies here once again. We go racing here from New Hampshire. Side by side go the 7 and the 14 before hitting hard on those brakes down into turns 1 and 2. Still going to be side by side, but the 14 getting a whole boatload of momentum, and that is why he chose the outside lane right there as he stays up in front of that 7 machine. 33 of Just Fought able to leapfrog back over the 81 of Jonathan Osborne to take over the 3rd place spot. You got the 13 of Andrew Player fighting up here up towards the front again. His home track, he's really loving it here tonight, trying to pick up the possible race win and maybe a little bit of some spoiler action. 28 of George Rincon also going side by side with the 6 machine right behind the 89 of Craig Goodenough. You've got the 16 and the 01 having a good side by side battle here with the 69 of Larry Dickerson as well.
Getting pretty intense right there in that little group. Not a whole lot of room being given left to right there. As you mentioned, you know, there's only really one good line to run around here, and not a whole heck of a lot of room to do it in.
And it looks these guys kind of push up the track. If they hit it too hot on some of these runs, they'll just like snowplow up the track. You can notice some of that if you overdrive it. And that's going to happen even more. Of that's going to happen as the tires wear down. So it's an interesting track, just a little strange.
Outside wall still pretty clean. Don't see a lot of black marks on it yet, but I think that's going to change, Brown.
Yeah, I think you're right, and it's one of those things where as long as you stay below that pavement separation in the corners, especially going in, then you'll be doing okay. It's not I mean, it's not too difficult to accidentally push your way all the way up to the wall, but really right where that pavement changes colors up there, up in the kind of like middle to upper part of the track, man, marbles really love to stick up there, and it just gets very difficult to try to make up any time or positions or get any grip or anything.
Carl Shaw joining us over there in the YouTube chat saying, how about those likes? Yeah, we need some more of them. And he said, watching America's Team Vaught out there. And let's see, who else we've got? Dylan Bryant saying, Trek must still be wet from the cup race tonight, a little slick out there. And of course, Albert Anderson's mom out there, Beverly. Thank you so much for joining us, Beverly. She's sending love out there tonight to Albert. And Lori Vaught saying, very excited to see 3 out of the 4 drivers in it for the first time VRL championship here. We got 3 drivers out there that should be picking up their first championship here in VRL. Of course, we mentioned it earlier, Tim Pope with 2. Very dominant driver all around. It's going to be a tall order to take him down, but we got some guys that are definitely up for the challenge.
And that indeed they are, as everything's kind of starting to single file out here a little bit. Some side by side there with the 23, 434, and the 29 here kind of towards the back half of the field. Everybody's still fighting for those positions. 84 Josh Bittner, really struggling here tonight, down 11 spots right now in 24th. Still a ton of race to make up for it, but he really needs to start working his way up towards that front if he wants to make it into this championship. As the 14 of Dustin with a Y, man, if you know how hard of work he puts into road courses to try to do what he does, I couldn't imagine how much work he put in knowing that he could possibly pick up a season championship here from New Hampshire tonight.
Yeah, he's definitely put in the man hours in the Beat Laboratory, turning lots and lots of laps at all these different tracks. And yeah, the guy's definitely a master at the road course. But talk about one thing also, too, we might have a dark horse spoiler winner here tonight. Of course, the winner of the VRL Championship will be whoever finishes higher in the finishing order here out of the top 4. But that doesn't mean that they have to win the race, even though that a lot of time that is the case. So we could have somebody win the race, but not win the championship here tonight. So we might have multiple burnouts out there.
Oh, hopefully we have some fights beforehand. I haven't heard any arguing just yet. It seems to be
Early.
pretty calm out there. Yeah, we still have over 120 something laps to go, so save the fighting for later, I guess.
So,
Sure.
55, Ricky Wittenberg works his magic up underneath the 434 of Kevin Hunt, and right up in front of him, 77 of Jacob Young, the mustache. Trying to figure out a way to stay in front of the 29 of Dave Mabry, or just missing his breaking point there, and gets into the back bumper a little bit of the 77, sending him up the track. They're going to stay fighting side by side. A good close battle still with the 28, the 6, and the 43. All having a pretty good little battle going on there. George McCon, Trevor Robertson, and John Curtis.
Analea says, whatever you imagine the number of hours of practice Dustin puts in, just double it. It's going to be at least double that. And then Ava Vaught out there pulling for Team Vaught. Thank you for being here as always, Ava.
Yeah.
Tons of practice.
So we jump on board here with the 13 of Andrew Player here at his home racetrack. Joining us also with the driver cam here tonight. You can see how much he's working it and how much these tires have already fallen off, man. He is really struggling getting that grip in the middle of these corners and just kind of slipping up that racetrack.
Andrew Player, of course, a former champion here in VRL. It's been a while since we've talked to him up on the podium. Not too long.
No, in his first ever season, he picked up that season championship.
His first season?
Yeah.
He's out there sawing on the wheel here tonight, trying to get a good finish here in the championship race here in season 8. Hard to
That's
believe
his home
he's
track.
done 8 seasons here already there, Adam.
I know, and we've been a part of all of them. It's wild. They kept us around this long?
I know. We haven't
I
been
know.
fired yet.
I tried to get us fired on the first race, if y'all
Yeah, you
remember
did.
right.
First season sometime.
But I calmed it down, I said,
You have to dial back.
this is not about me and my antics. This is about them and how good the races are. We still have a lot of fun. I was a little wilder back then.
Age
More
is
More
mellowed
alien
down,
talking.
like-
Yeah, I did more alien and Florida man stuff then. We'll still do it if you have a bad race, but we rarely have a bad race here.
It's a 28, 43 in the 6, still having that fantastic battle. Meanwhile, up at the front, the 33 of Jess Vaught all over the back bumper of the 7 of Tim Pope, almost getting up into that outside wall there to maybe scrape a little paint off, a little weight reduction as we call it. So they make their way in and around turns 3 and 4, still all lined up nose to tail for pretty much the top 4. Jonathan Osborne's hanging up there with them, and trying to stay up there with them is that 89 of Craig Goodenough, and then it's a solid 3.5 seconds back to where Andrew Player is. So a good grouping up inside that top 5, and then things tighten up once again back behind Player there. So, for 7th, 8th, and 9th, everything is all kind of bumbled up together as, Zachary Hallinan happened to jump to the pits. I don't know what happened there. I wonder if he might have... Yeah, it looks like he lost connection or something. And fortunately able to rejoin, but unfortunately probably losing some time and losing some laps there from that one. And definitely has some work left to be done.
Carl Shaw out there saying, "Go Team Vaught" from number 187. Wouldn't it be cool? Last I checked, we're at 596 subscribers. Wouldn't it be cool if the championship race at Season 8 VRL, we went over 600 subscribers? So if you're watching out there, if you're chatting, and you haven't subscribed, it doesn't cost you a thing. But it does help us reach more people with these broadcasts, and it helps our sponsors who help put this on. So click subscribe if you haven't already. We sure would appreciate it.
We should have already had more subscribers than Miley Cyrus anyway. I don't know what happened. We're that good. We have that good of a team.
Our singing's nice.
Do the best. No, I worry well for
Well, I mean,
vigilante.
it's close, probably.
It's there's not much going on there.
Well, you also got to account for the Hannah Montana account there, Turner, as well. So you got to combine the both
True.
Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana accounts.
Yeah. Well, we can get there with y'all's help out there in the YouTube world, right?
And it's the 81 of Jonathan Osborne feeling fighty, and same thing with the 7 of Timothy Pope. Osborne looking down low on the 33 as the 7 was looking down low on the 14. Just wasn't able to get the speed to stick there. He's going to shuffle back into line as the 33 of Jess Vaught kind of keeps hanging on onto that middle outer lane. Really making it work, but still definitely slipping and sliding a little bit there coming out of the corner.
Tire wear becoming a huge factor here. Can only make them last so long. How many sets did we have, Turner? 5? Total?
5 total.
Okay,
Speaking
so
of tire wear, Greg Clyde knows how to use those tires. Him and John Curtis are moved on up the field. Greg's up 9. Curtis is up 8 spots. So those guys moved from the back to the front pretty well. Using those tires the right way.
Yeah, that they are. As I look at myself as well as the rest of the traffic behind the bumper there of the 14, Dustin with a Y. Everyone doing a great job shifting down into third here in these corners, trying to get that drive off and putting that power smoothly back to those rear tires and send it off down on these straightaways. As we're probably getting pretty dang close for our first round of green flag pit stops from a lot of these guys that have yet to come on down into pit road to top up their fuel tanks here from lap 36. I got a feeling we're probably going to see people come in right around lap 45-ish. I think that'd be about the number.
like that's got to be pretty close.
Yeah.
Jean Porras out there saying, "Let's go, team ain't dead yet." And the number 16 of Kyle Lott. That took me by surprise there, buddy. You kind of startled me a little bit there, Turner.
Well, I'm well versed
Demonstration
in
of your fluent
Spanish, and
that you speak.
it is semi-fluent, despacio, por favor.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this is we're having a lot of fun tonight. Championship, a lot of viewers and people talking. That's what makes it so fun, you know.
Yeah.
Y'all are the ones talking. We're just, doing dumb stuff up here. We're more interested in what y'all are doing and what's going on in this race, which has turned out to be pretty fantastic so far.
So everybody continuing to fight it on out as the 14 of Dustin with a Y loses a couple of positions here as the 7 and the 33 both able to make their way on around him as they continue to battle it out up at the front. Good battle going on between 84 Josh Bittner slowly making his way back up through the field himself as he goes side by side with the 10 of Andrew Cawthon there.
Ooh, look like it's like Keel in the wall. Klein behind him. Klein's making the pass.
It's a
Didn't
little bit of
do
scrape.
too much. Yeah.
Lost some momentum.
That's at 2 and 4. I don't know what it is about these short tracks. And even the mile and a halfers, it's 2 and 4 where we start seeing all the problems. Here's some
Dylan Bryant
downshifting
out
out there.
Dylan Bryant out
Go
there
ahead.
saying that Lori does a great job with this league, and there's always good racing. I watch every race. Thank you so much for all the support there, Dylan.
Well,
Earl
he
is
races
great
into. We've talked to him a bunch as a race car.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm glad he's here with us when he's not racing.
That's awesome. We really appreciate that. That means a lot to us.
Yes. Andrew Cawthon now kind of under attack by the 53 of Jeremiah Burke and the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg coming up on his back bumper here. Looks like he's going to peel off down onto the inside, trying to block that lane and get ready to go and rumble. 23 Sean McDonald also having a pretty good run right now against the 01 of Kelly Keel, continuing his move back up the race to get back up to try to get back up to where he started. He started up there on pole position, trying to get back towards that front, but a whole bunch of traffic and a whole bunch of laps left to do so.
Buddy Adam Strom up there in Minnesota, down here in New Hampshire visiting, saying howdy fellas, hope you're all doing well. Hey Turner, it feels like a PBR PBR me ASAP kind of night. So I'm walking down the pit road right now with an ice cold 48 pack.
Well, he knows what to do. That's professional. Thank you. 48, that'll do just fine for us.
That'll be
looking forward to when he gets here.
Better have some backup, Turner. I've seen you guys in action.
Well, we can pound some cold ones now, but it is a Wednesday, so 48.
It is week. Yeah, it's a school night.
Just about right. Good to see Strauber here.
As we remain battling here, got the 92 of Greg Klein continuing his drive up the field right now, alongside the 23 of Sean McDonald, up 10 spots on the day. The only other person who's made up just about as many is the 43 of John Curtis, who's made up 10 spots here to find his way up inside of that top 10 as we're here on lap 45. A good long green flag run as Dustin with a Y, Dustin Eaton in that 14, man. I think really starting to struggle with those older tires, losing position after position. Both Osborne and Goodenough have made their way around the 14. Yeah, he is slipping way up into the corners now.
Just a little update on the poll that's going on. It looks like Pope and Bittner both tied with 12% of the folks out there in the YouTube chat thinking they're going to pick up the championship. Osborne with 25%, but leading votes out there right now, Dustin Eaton. So Dustin showing the folks out there what he can do and inspiring some confidence and some vote changes, maybe. I'm not sure if you can change your vote.
I don't think you can't change it.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm. It's legit. I mean, it's like the real election where nothing's rigged here.
Once you push the button, that's it.
Yeah, it's a wrap. Nobody can vote in your name either, Kelly Keel's having problems putting that power down out of 4, but he held on to it.
As the 33 of Just Vaught gets control of the race here on lap number 47, able to sneak around the 7 of Timothy Pope. Vaught, unfortunately, just not making it into that final championship 4, but trying to play one of those spoiler roles and pick up a race win here tonight. Doing a really good job running up there up at the front. 16 in the 01, Kyle Vaught and Kelly Keel having a good little battle there as the 01 able to hold off the 16 for the time being.
Gallagher right behind them, watching that go down. Hoping that he can pick up a couple spots here. Bittner right behind him, playoff contender here, championship contender. Down 3 spots overall, but he's playing the long game. We've seen Bittner do this time and time again. Just play the long game out there and save it all for the end, but take care of your truck during the majority of the races. He looks to the inside of the 123 here in turns 1 and 2.
As the 43 of John Curtis makes his way on down onto a pit road. So green flag pit stops now starting to officially be underway. I don't think these drivers are looking at maybe using up all 5 sets of those tires here tonight, Turner. I think they're just letting this thing run as natural to them as possible as the 01 gets up into that outside wall a little bit, scrubbing off some speed. That's going to allow the 84 Josh Bittner to try to make up another position here.
Yeah, I think they'll have a couple in the bank, in case there's a late caution. They could throw some on to maybe make some hay or whatever. Kelly Keel is struggling, and he's going to pit. And behind him is Kyle Vaught. He's going to pit. So, man, lots of action out there.
As both Jess Vaught and Jonathan Osborne make their dive on down into a pit road. That leaves the 7 of Timothy Pope out there out in front trying to chase down that 99 of America's driver and get ready to, as he possibly plots his return to pit road here. To answer your question here, Carl, everybody needs tires. It's we've had a nice long green flag run here since basically back on lap 12. So, I mean, we're looking at a 40 lap stint here. So, pretty much everybody's ready for a next set of rubber.
Track will eat your tires
Yeah,
up
climb.
like sandpaper.
Fight. Oh, just said he's coming down, so watch out for him coming down. Jacob Young coming down. This is lots of action. This is the fun stuff. Nobody's done anything dumb yet.
Now, Eaton making his drive on down. 6 of Trevor Robertson, 13 of Andrew Player making their way down onto pit road. Not the easiest pit road to get down either. That entrance is like right at the exit of turn number 4. So as you're making your way through turns 3 and 4, you just got to keep that steering wheel turned all the way to the left, which also means you have to really time how you brake to slow that truck up for the brutally slow pit road speed that we got.
Yeah, you're coming out of the corner and you're, trying not to over brake it like you say, because if you do lock those fronts up, you're gonna slide right into those barrels. If you don't, if you got too much rear bias in it, you're gonna spin the thing around and lock the rears up. So, yeah, you got to get that thing back down to 45 miles an hour though, and that's so far so good. Nobody's broken the school zone speed limit down there.
Yeah, you don't want to either, because you're going to be held and it's going to hurt. You're going to lose a lot of time. Extra cautious. We're getting some cloud cover right now. I don't know if that's cool on the track. Let's see. Track has cooled to 82. See if that plays a role.
Yes. Oh, the 16. Kyle Vaught. Oh, my goodness. He absolutely grabs a piece of something there, and his engine is now spraying for mosquitoes down there as he tries to make his way back to the pits.
Smash the inside wall. That's that coming off of turn 4, trying to get power back down, his self-spin, and nosed right into the inside wall and lost his front clip.
Yep.
New tires, I think. Cold tires.
It could be
new tires.
Yeah.
Yeah, cold tires, new tires, fresh tires, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, that and the very slippery race surface that we got here. Not the hottest track temp that these drivers have raced on, but just definitely the way this track is, especially with how flat the corners are. That's why it's extremely easy to get that back end all spun around. I was kind of joking around with some of these drivers here during the practice, being like, man, if they could just, repave this entire thing and add about 10 to 15 degrees of banking, that would dramatically change how this track races.
Oh, it definitely would. I mean, what is it? Banking here.
0.
Trying to
It's
find
Lubbock.
2 to 7 degrees.
Have they talked about it? Yeah, that's not good. Have they
That's not
talked about
good.
that at all, Brown? Like maybe upgrading the track, or has there been any talk?
No, there hasn't been any talk. But I did find out that the reason why there are no lights here is because of the agreements put in place when the track was built, that there would not be lights put in between the racetrack owners and the town that it is located in. And even though it is outside of town, and that has still stayed put.
Well, I mean, the Cubs didn't have lights till 1985 or something, but I mean, they eventually got with the, they are the Cubs, but they got with the program. Maybe that'll change. Night racing here would be actually kind of fun, I think.
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. I think a night race here would change the track up a bit, as well as the 29 of Dave Mayberry finds his way on down towards pit road. Still waiting on Sean McDonald, Josh Bittner, Jeremiah Burke, and Ricky Wittenberg to hit their pit boxes here. But again, they're a little bit off cycle because they had made use of one of the last cautions to top up their fuel tanks and all of that.
Curious to see how long this green flag run is gonna last.
So far, Sean McDonald pulling away. Almost 3 seconds on Josh Bittner.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure how long it's going to last, but let's enjoy it while we
McDonald's
have
again.
it, you know? There you go.
Yeah, so we'll have to see how all of that plays out. Meanwhile, it's a pretty good battle right now between the 14 of Dustin with a Y and the 89 of Craig Goodenough. Two teammates trying to battle it out. I got the feeling the 89 of Goodenough, because he's got the 7 all locked up in his sights, probably talking to the 14, being like, hey man, if we get close up here and you get a run, just let me know. I'll move out of the way, because you're trying to battle for that championship here.
Comes Josh Bittner and Jeremiah Burke in the pits. Yahtzee.
So that will give Ricky Wittenberg a lap lead here tonight, as he makes his way back around the racetrack, trying to figure out when he will come on down. I got a feeling he's probably about ready to come down this next time by, as Timothy Pope sees that 89 and the 14 in his rearview mirror. And then it's a pretty good gap. It's about 3.5 seconds between Jonathan Osborne and Craig Goodenough, and then it's about 2.5 seconds back to Jess Vaught, who had I don't exactly know what happened. I don't know if he got all 4 tires put on that truck, because it was like a 12-second pit time there, Turner.
If he did, it was lightning fast. I don't know. That's something it's hard to see up here. It looks like Ricky Wittenberg's going to finish us off here with our green flag pit stops. He's coming down right now, allegedly. Well, Burke's around, so that makes something.
Oh, that's going to change things up a little bit. Caution flag not out, as Ricky does make it down into the pits. As the 53 tries to get that truck all gathered back up together, all at the same time trying to stay off the racing surface to avoid that yellow flag from coming out. Let's go ahead and go back and watch what happened here with the 53.
That could have changed some things.
That could have really changed some things, as yeah, the 53 just not getting the grip down there on the bottom side. Eventually able to rejoin the racetrack, didn't hit any walls or anything like that, so he's able to continue to drive off it. Here's the 6 of Trevor Robertson gets around the 33 of Jess Vaught. Yeah, Jess is not showing the same pace that he had there during that first green flag run. I got a feeling either his pit crew messed up, or he was trying to make a strategy call there and taking 2 tires or something. But I don't think the full set of rubber got put on the 33's car.
That is interesting. Heck, we don't know what these guys are thinking half the time. He could be testing some new technique out for next season since he's not in it, you know? He's pretty smart like that. Craig Goodenough just saved his truck. That was an amazing save. Almost lost it in between 1 and 2. Just got back on it. I do love Eaton's paint job tonight. Really bringing it out. Gold and black, Team Orangutan.
Yeah, no, he's always love to see that, as the 7's starting to come up onto some traffic, which is slowing him up here a little bit. That's the one of David Fite trying to stay on the lead lap, as the 14 of Dustin with a Y starting to reel in that 7 machine here once again. 55 Ricky Wittenberg back out there on the racetrack. Kind of up inside this mix here, as well as the 1 machine going to go way out wide, seeing the battle that's going on for this race lead. Of course, every position matters here throughout this entirety of this race, and also it's going to matter when we come on down to that 1 lap to go here, as both Pope and Eaton get clear of the traffic and are able to kind of re-stretch their legs here and get back into the groove of things.
Yeah, as we're almost halfway through this thing, they're kind of lining it back out where they started the thing, so it's weird how these things work themselves out, with green flag pit stops and such.
And I mean, you can even see here, 55 Ricky Wittenberg, your current lucky dog driver, that one lap down, man. With those fresh tires, he's feeling pretty quick right now. Again, it's about a 12, 15 lap differential between him and Timothy Pope right now. So there's a possibility Ricky's going to race his way back onto this lead lap, and you can never count out that 55.
I like seeing Ricky do well. He's one of those guys that's been a race fan for many, many years, and it's one of the guys that he's a student of the history of racing, and he loves to get out there and mix it up, try some different strategies out. Just love seeing the 55 and his unique paints out there doing well.
Well, he does a good job at painting, but you're just buttering him up because you want to get on his yacht. He's got a yacht.
I honestly didn't know he had one. Where does he park
I
it?
thought he was
Where he
camping.
lives? Is there a creek
he
that has a draft for a yacht?
Multiple locations. He has a
Okay.
Florida home, I think, and that's
Get
where his
the-
yacht stays.
His mansion in Vale.
hmm
And, yeah.
He's not a skier, but he does like the mountains.
So 69 at Dickerson works the outside there of the 33 of Jess Vaught. Andrew Player now coming up on the back bumper here of the 33 as the 7:14.89, your current top three here tonight. 81 Jonathan Osborne trying to stay up there with them with the 6 of Trevor Robertson hanging on to that top 5 right now. Everything's just a little spaced out as the 01 Kelly Keel starting to feel a little bit of speed here, trying to get back to that back bumper of the 28 of Rincon. And then now you got Wittenberg making his way around the 085 of Greg Dobson. So not only has the 55 raced his way back onto that lead lap, but he's also gained a position now.
Nice.
Yep. He's using the metric system to his advantage.
Jonathan Osborne with the fastest lap of the race here so far, a 29.987. Chachi, one of only a
He's kind of
couple of
quiet. there in
drivers
fourth,
that are
isn't he?
sub 30 seconds.
We
What?
just hadn't talked about him much. We were just kind of quiet, sitting there in fourth, though. I mean, he's having a good run.
Yeah, both he and Pope having some great lap times out there again, doing their best to try to pick up their championship here tonight. This race continues to roll on, and you are in fact correct there, Mr. Carl Shaw, and thank you for the congratulations. As if you look at that number there, Mr. English, for our subscribers, we are now at the 600 mark.
Oh wow! Thank y'all so much.
Yeah.
Y'all are the reason why we're here doing this in the first place. Sure appreciate all the support we've seen the past couple of years here in the 8 seasons of VRL.
We begged him enough, and they felt so bad for us. Like
Yeah.
the homeless guy in the corner. You
Get
got to
to
give him a
1,000.
hamburger or $1 or something. Yeah, that's next. Coffee was sideways.
Man.
Held on to it.
Oh, 74 of Zachary Helen had saw that and was starting to check up there himself and gets a little sideways, but a good save from both the 10 and the 74. Both drivers having a good run as we jump on board here with the man who is not okay. He is good enough. It's the 89. Oh, Craig Good Enough here, joining us with his driver cam. You can hear him downshifting in the middle of that corner. And it's actually interesting to see as they downshift, it actually shuffles the car up to the right just a little bit here.
I guess it's when you get in between the gears, it just kind of floats up there. Oh,
Well, you're changing some of
know
that
what
torque.
caused-
I mean, it's called science and physics.
sure.
You know what causes that. Follow the science, man. But it is interesting to see them downshifting here, which I wonder if everyone's downshifting or some are not. I bet that's a preference, right?
Well, from most of the drivers that we've jumped on board with, it's at least sounded like, especially as the run goes on here, I don't know if they downshift when they have new tires, but definitely on the older tires, it sounds like everybody is downshifting, making sure they get the best opportunity to get some drive off the corner as the 84 Josh Bittner, don't look now, cracking up into that top 10, making a pass on the 28 of George Rincon, actually able to use the 434 of Kevin Hunt there just as a little bit of a moving roadblock to help aid the 84 in his pass on the 28.
Called the pick and roll in basketball there. Kevin Hunt out there holding his own, only one lap down, holding his position right where he started here tonight in the 434 truck.
One lap down isn't bad at a track like this, you know?
Oh, no. It's a short track.
I was in a flat track. It's very hard to, very hard to drive here.
As we throw it back to right around 2014, 2015, and I was starting to get involved in league races and oval races as the 43 of John Curtis comes down into pit lane. My first ever outside of our Fantastic Fun League that you and I were in there at the beginning there, Mr. English, was a natural, like a official league, like here at the VRL, a truck series, and the first ever race was here at New Hampshire. And I was 5 laps down by lap 45.
Yeah. It's tough, but, you know, these guys really got a good grasp of it tonight. I mean, they've been racing all season, well, you know, half the actual NASCAR season, so they kind of get a good feel for these trucks and their changes that have been made through the software and stuff. But I feel you, Brown. If I was to race here when I first started, I'd probably kill the leader and be 20 laps down, you know? Hard track.
All the science that you don't understand.
Well, when there's only one guy that owns the science, and the rest of us can't really understand it.
Elton
That
John
one guy
owned that science,
is-
I think.
No, he was the Rocket Man. He went to the moon.
Yeah, that's from Rocket.
Yeah, I know, but he was just that was pretend, you know, like the
Just his day.
the real-
It's
the
just
real
his job
Rocket Man.
5 days a week.
yeah, well, because he did it in the studio in Hollywood, like they did. 43's around.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Bring out the yellow.
and that it will, and that is not what Pope wanted to see, as he was starting to open up a bit more airspace between himself and the 14 of Dustin with a Y. As 43 unfortunately having a little bit of a whoopsie here, and we get everybody all re-racked and stacked up here once again. Let's go ahead and watch what happens. Just a little self-spin in the middle and coming out of the corner. Also getting a piece there of the 28 of George Rincon. Otherwise, missing the bumper clip, but able to safely get that thing spun back around is that 43.
Tailgate was just flipping around in the middle of the track. That was kind of strange. But, I don't think we've seen a single. Yeah, I don't think we've seen a single caution or accident actually caused by contact between two drivers. I think most of it's just been, you know, guys just trying to maintain grip, applying throttle out of 2 and 4.
Here we go. The leaders have come down, guys. So Pope came down. I think everybody's following. Get those tires. Let's kind of use this as a halfway point to stretch our legs. I think that's probably what they're going to do here.
I think you are right, as the 7, 14, 33, 13, 81, 89, 6, 69, 28, 84, 01, 55, and 92 all make their way on down into a pit road. And like you said, full pit stops here for everybody as they make their way on back out to the racetrack. And the other reason why I say Tim Pope didn't want to see this come out, I think he recognizes that the 14 of Eaton really enjoys having that fast opening start on these runs. He has a very quick short run truck right now. Just doesn't have the long run speed here tonight.
Yeah, Tim Pope had about 2.3 seconds on him was the last thing I saw right before the yellow came out. But yeah, Dustin very good on the short runs, and Pope playing more of the long game there, and yeah, definitely slightly different strategies there as far as how to attack this racetrack. Jason Gaines out there saying re-rack them. They're fixing to do here, Jason, and be looking at well, we're past halfway now. We're good ways past halfway.
We are, but I mean, I think we were a good point in the race for something like that to happen. And, you know, I think their previous pits were about lap 62, so they're going to get fresh tires early. Luckily, we do have 5 total sets, so you can you don't have to be so precise. You can play with them a little bit, you know, and
It's
put
wiggle
tires
room.
on when you need the tires. And I think they'll still have a set of tires at the end if they need them.
Well, we will still need to see at least one more round of pit stops, and this is set number 3 going on for these guys, so we look forward to seeing kind of what happens from there as the 7 electing to choose the outside lane. 14 of Eaton is going to start up there right beside him on the bottom side. 81 Jonathan Osborne, he was a good distance back. Well, he's now re-racked, stacked back up into the action here, so could also play a little bit spoiler action. Of course, never count out that 84 of Josh Bittner. I wonder how that strategy for the Ain't Dead Yet team is going to play out now, because I know they kind of had a little bit of a off strategy kind of thing going for them there, but now that everyone's back on the same set, we'll see what the 84 can do to try to fight his way up through this top 10.
All 4 championship drivers in the top 10. The pace truck comes on down.
Yeah, that indeed he does, which means it's time to head on back to a green flag racing side by side. Those pedals hit the floorboards and get everybody up to speed as we go side by side. 7 on the outside, 14 down on the inside. 14 finding a little bit of extra speed, though, is going to be able to maintain pace for the time being as the 7 just gets that bumper clear and hangs out in front of the 14. 81 Jonathan Osborne was able to slip away from the 89 of Craig Goodenough to hold on to that 3rd position. Goodenough now under attack from the 69 of Larry Dickerson. 33 of Jess Vaught. 01 of Kelly Keel slapping the outside wall a little bit here.
Kelly Keel having another argument with the outside wall of who owns that space.
the
And
wall.
the wall's gonna win every time. He hates these
that
cans.
wall.
Get away from the cans.
He's having struggle, but look at this. Larry Dickerson just bumped 81. Didn't cause too much problems, but they're really getting after it up in the top.
Cutting out there, buddy. I'm not sure if your Discord is.
Oh, you know. You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm just
Intermittent.
saying they had. Well, you know, this garbage what I have here, this setup. Really fighting up front. Lots of good racing up in the top 10 is what I was basically saying.
And of course, just put in lap after lap down right now. The 7 of Timothy Pope just saying, "Oh, you think I heard the broadcast? You think I'm not a fast short run truck driver here?" Well, he just put in a 29.87 after already setting the fastest lap of the race. Absolutely putting the screws here and the pressure on the 14, saying, "Hey, come get me, buddy. We're
Oh,
racing."
trucks are around.
Oh, 33 of Vaught.
Dickerson looks like he got his nose on 2 different guys at once. Vaught and Goodenough, I think, both went around.
Vaught, Goodenough. Looked like Wittenberg got a couple of fenders banged up in there as well. So wait, go ahead and take a look at what happened here, as it was 3 wide, 6-9 in the middle, 89 up high, 33 down low. And man, it started off as some net code, but I think they were going to make contact. It's tough to say, as the 6-9 was kind of working his way down the track and the 33 was sliding up just ever so slightly, and that's what caused him to come around. And of course, that front bumper just wasn't clear of the 89 and catches the rear end of Craig Goodenough, sending him on around. And then the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg, I think, trying to check up for all the mayhem unfolding in front of him here. Gets a little loose there. Oh, and a little tag from his teammate as well in the 16 of Kyle Vaught, as the 434 getting a good piece of that action. I don't know if the 89 ended up getting too heavily damaged here. Doesn't look like it. Just kind of got up into that outside wall and did a little bit of a scrape in there.
Yeah, left wall slap right on his left front quarter panel. Hopefully he'll be all right. But
Well, I think he kind of slid up. The 89 slid up the track, lost speed. Dickerson tried to avoid that, but got kind of stuck in between Vaught and Goodenough, and really didn't have, he was slowing down, didn't really have much to go. That's just a racing deal there. I don't.
You could tell the
see anything
instant.
nutty.
You could tell the instant Jess Vaught heard 3 wide in his spotter. He jerked the wheel to the left to try to get down farther than he was, but it was too late at that point.
And Larry kind of was stuck in no man's land there. He was slowing down. He was doing the best he could without hitting the brakes, just letting off the gas. And one of those things. I don't think anybody's going to be mad about that one. I mean, and I want people to be mad too. This is coming from me.
Oh yeah, I didn't hear any anger on the radio. Just some discussion about what happened. But the guys are going to press on. They're going to put it behind them, and there's more than 50 laps remaining here. So
Yeah, I'd see.
long way to go.
It's still a very long way to go indeed. Again, we still have one more round of pit stops expected from these drivers as the 7 and the 14 get lined up here. And I've got the feeling the 7 machine's going to try to choose that outside lane here again, which he does.
So the update on the polling, Eaton still leading with 45% of the vote. Now Pope and Osborne tied at 20%, and Bittner slips to the last position here with 15% of the vote, but it's a close vote.
It's a close vote, but look at that. After all that carnage, look who snuck through quite a bit of it and grabbed a few extra positions. 84 Josh Bittner. So we got all 4 championship contenders all nose to tail up at the very front here as we're closing in on about 50 laps left to go.
This is perfect. This is what you want to see. The cream rise to the top. The guys that we've been talking about here the last few weeks. The championship 4 is here, and they're all starting 1 through 4 with a little over 50 laps to go in the final race of the season.
The pace truck is coming on down into pit road, and we go back to some green flag racing here from New Hampshire once again as the 7 gets a little bit of a help and push from his teammate there in the 84 Josh Bittner to try to get that speed up and going. Oh, just not able to get the power down through the gear shift though. That's going to allow the 14 of Dustin with a Y to sneak on ahead to steal that lead away as the 84 gets clear of the 81 of Jonathan Osborne. 28 of George Rincon up here in the mix as well, trying to stay up inside of that top 5 as everything getting close and knit on up as the 01 right behind the 2892 there, the 6 machine there. Oh man, and that's gonna bring out the yellow here once again. 085 of our Canadian buddy there, Mr. Greg Dobson. Just another kind of self spin there, and unfortunately, kind of straight across the track. 33 of Jess Vaught doing a great job to get as close to that inside pit wall as possible to avoid hitting the 085. Unfortunately, though, the 43 gets a good piece of the 085 that kind of spent him helicoptering down the front stretch.
Saw on that restart, Uncle Dave Mayberry there was riding as low as he could, even on the apron at sometimes, going 3 wide with a couple of folks, but Dave Mayberry picked up a couple spots on that restart by just staying as low as he could get. I think he knew what was going to happen behind him there, but
Yeah, we'll just have to kind of figure some of these things on out. As looks like I don't know if the 14's having to wait for the pace car or what, but look, man, he's coming on down into the pits, and he's gonna bring a few other drivers down here with him. Interesting strategy. I don't know if maybe they're saying like, well, with these cautions, if they get another caution, they might be able to make it here 50 laps. I mean, we saw them do just over 45 on that long green flag run that we had towards the beginning. So they might be expecting, hey, if we get one more caution or something here pretty quick, they're basically just trying to hang on to track position.
Yeah, one caution or maybe two to get you there on the fuel mileage. This is a short track, so it didn't take much to save a lap of fuel. You might be onto something there. Maybe some of these guys maybe want to stretch it. I'm not sure. I don't know what I would do here. I think I would go ahead and get down there and throw on that set tires and then just race conservative. Try to keep my foot out of it and try to go the distance here. I think you might be right. They might be able to make it here.
Well, so I'll even throw a little bit more wrinkle into that for you there, Mr. English. Fuel, at least fuel only, maybe question mark 2. Josh Bittner looks like fuel only, maybe 2. Sean McDonald, definitely fuel only. And then full 4-tire stops for Jonathan Osborne, Trevor Robertson, and Andrew Player. And Dustin Eaton with the David Fight there as well. Greg Dobson just coming down, topping up on fuel, and maybe getting a quick little dent banged out there with the hammer. So a little bit difference in the strategery.
This is what makes championship races fun, because now you've got all these guys that are trying to do something different. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, they're just using their brains, doing what they think that could help them win the thing. You're going to have to come up with something to be up front tonight as far as one of these top 4. Because they're all having a pretty good night.
They've got the TI-83 out there, trying to figure all this stuff out, I guess.
No, now you just use ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. When should I pit?
Hey, what do I do here? Lap 101 at New Hampshire. What do I do? I'm sure they have all kinds of information and secret knowledge, kind of like Illuminati knowledge.
Whoa.
Somewhere inside their brains for this race. What?
You're not allowed to say it because then
they might have
knock
some
on your door.
No, they hadn't knocked yet. I could talk about them all the time.
Oh, okay.
I don't say derogatory things. They're just real.
I thought it was like Beetlejuice. If you say it enough, they'll just show up. Here comes the pace truck down onto the pit lane.
I don't think so. I hope not.
It's the 28 of George Rincon in the 01 of Kelly Keel. Gonna get this party all restarted and fired up, making their way on down the front stretch into turns 3 and 4. You can already see people trying to fly around and pick up some extra spots here as they remain side by side. Everybody scattering throughout this field with fresh tires, old tires, new tires. Everybody trying to get that open space. 5 wide down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4.
Oh, Bittner holding on to it. He was 3 and 4 wide. We got Ricken behind him, though. Yellow's out.
Oh, Eaton sideways up into the outside wall. 53 of Burke as well.
Dickerson got turned to start that thing.
So we go ahead and kind of see what happened here. Is the 53 Jeremiah Burke down on the apron. He gets loose and then just slingshots back up the racetrack into the 14, who slams that outside wall hard. Hopefully he's still got that fast repair available to him, so he can get a refresh on that race truck. But man, talk about a restart there. It just goes to show what's going to happen as everybody tries to make up positions here. as some more drivers now coming on down into the pits, I think recognizing that, hey, these guys are just going to fly right on by us here with their fresh stuff, so we got to try to plan something out a little bit.
Adam, I don't know if you heard that. I heard Jeremiah Burke on the radio apologizing, pretty upset that he lost his traction down there on the apron and came up and hit one of our championship contender drivers in the 14, Dustin Eaton.
Well, yeah, I heard that, but that's also part of the challenge of those guys. They tried to take that pit stop, which put them kind of, and it might have cost them. I don't know if they can come back from that or not. They especially Eaton. I'm not sure that's going to hurt though. The strategy continues.
And that indeed it does. As how about some fun New Hampshire track facts here for you there, Mr. Adam Turner? That this track is the largest sports entertainment facility in the New England area and hosts the only NASCAR series races in up here in the region.
Bigger than Foxborough, where the Patriots play?
Bigger than Foxborough.
Oh wow.
It is known as the Magic.
It's huge. It's a mile around.
Yeah, and it's known as the Magic Mile. I don't know why it's called the Magic Mile. That's one thing that never got me, but I guess some drivers make some magic happen here, and that's what some of the drivers here are looking to do. And that the track opened up, it's actually a relatively new track, opened up in 1990, and it's a multi-use facility. It's got the oval speedway, the road course, it's got a mini oval, it's got a dirt flat track. If you ever seen motorcycles race on that, that's pretty crazy.
So it's well used. It's not just used for this thing.
Oh no, there's a ton of stuff out. It's like it's especially there's even like a mini road course that's up over the hill just a little bit that I know a go-karting series tends to use quite a bit.
They do cornhole and washers and horseshoe and
They make butter and have all the Amish events there.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure.
What? No.
I mean, the place. Yeah, they have a butter
the
churning
place to
competition or
be.
something with the Amish. They don't have that. Yeah, but either way, it seems like a cool joint. Like, I don't know why you hate it, Brad. It looks like the best thing you have going, like as far as entertainment in the New Hampshire area. That's an outsider. Maybe I misspoke. I'm sorry.
yeah, no trash talk.
I know he get upset with me. I'm sure there's a lot better stuff to do. Never mind, Brown. Yeah, I know. I'm afraid.
As we get ready to head on back to some green flag action here, George Rincon sees the Wolves behind him here as he gets ready to get things fired up once again. Green flag race in 89 of Craig Goodenough with those fresh tires, able to put that hammer on down and use excuse me, Goodenough did not get fresh tires. He's on fuel only, so he's on a little bit of an older set, and that's why the 28 of Rincon able to make use of the outside run and stay up there up at the front. 81 Jonathan Osborne staying side by side with that 89 of Goodenough. Here comes the 84 and the 7 right behind them, all tag teamed up nose to tail side by side. Even the 84 gets into the 81, which gets into the 89, who goes tumbling down the front stretch.
We also saw Jess Vaught getting a little bit crooked there, but oh no! Jonathan Osborne says he got.
That's what I saw.
On the radio.
Yeah, he.
Oh yeah, just the slightest of touches coming out of the corner here from the 84 to the back bumper of the 81, which sends him slipping sideways down into the 89, gets him collected, and now unfortunately for the 84 and the 89, they're both kind of stuck with nowhere to go. 84 gets into the 89, and it's just kind of a Hail Mary from there.
Craig Goodenough with a meatball flag from that, so
Yeah.
they'll have mandatory damages. Gotta get fixed.
Oh, 01 of Kelly Keel getting hit, 92 of Greg Klein, 10 of Andrew Cawthon. Goodness gracious.
Well, we talked about that this might happen late in the race. You're going to get some bump and runs, and you're going to get some championship drivers beating up on each other. Though it didn't work out very well for Bittner there, as he got
Oh,
a piece
man.
of Chachi's back tailgate, his tailgate there.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. And then, so seeing all that happen in front of him here, the 33 just fought trying to check up, and we've already seen a couple times now. It's very difficult to check up in the middle of the corners here at New Hampshire. And the 123 of John Gallagher was following the 33 through the middle. 33 snaps up across the racetrack and straight across that bumper of the 69. And then the 123, unfortunately, goes down to the inside and just able to avoid contact with the inside fence. So, man, talk about some chaos there.
Everything. Yeah, we've seen a little bit of everything here. And the track conditions have changed. We got a lot of cloud cover, and the track is now cooled off to 75. So that's changing things as well.
George Rincon currently in first here as we pace under caution. So two of our championship drivers, Bittner and Eaton, both involved in wrecks here in the last couple of cautions. Definitely not out of it, but definitely put back a few spots. Gonna be a tough row to hoe, as they say, to make it back up towards the front. Of course, Eaton now 5 laps down after starting in 3rd place, and according to our poll was the championship favorite there for
Eaton had to get got manual damage. So did Eaton not have a fast repair?
I am not sure.
Oh no.
He's 6 laps down. Oh man, doesn't look good for Dustin.
So everyone gets re-racked and stacked up. Here it's going to be the 81 and the 28 up at the front, with the 7 and the 13 right there behind them, as everybody gets into their proper starting positions here once again. We'll say we're going to close this poll in about 7 laps, so definitely get your votes in now if you haven't done so already.
Yeah, we've had a good amount of people on the poll, which is nice. It's kind of even itself out.
As the lights on the pace truck turn off, here we go, getting ready to head on back to some green flag racing here as they enter that Geico restart zone. Once again, we go to the green flag as the 81 and the 28 put the hammer on down. 81 getting a fantastic restart there. Oh man, the 23 almost too good of a restart. Slings it way up into that outside wall as the 81 holds on to that lead position over the 28, who just barely gets into the side there of the 7 of Timothy Pope. Able to, thankfully, both drivers hold it together here as the 7 machine trying to work his magic up underneath George Rincon. 13 of Andrew Player in the 6, Trevor Robertson deep in tow. But meanwhile, the 81 of Osborne saying, hey, you guys keep fighting side by side out there. I want to try to drive away as much as possible as they continue to race and drive their way around here at this tricky track, as we're 3 wide here once again. 23 Sean McDonald working his way around the outside of the 69 and the 123 before things settle back down to 2 wide racing. Of course, settled down is comparative to 3 wide. Side by side is still exciting as the 123 gets into some right side romance with the 69.
Yellow's out. Don't know where it is on the track, but we're getting a yellow flag waving here from the flag stand.
Looks like, the 01 of Kelly Keel coming out of turn number 4. Just a self-spin there. Oh, man, and hard into that inside pit concrete wall.
And we've seen Kelly just struggle tonight.
Yeah, he's had a rough one.
He's not the only one. I'm not just pinpointing him, but it's a tough track. He didn't take anybody else with him there, I don't believe. It didn't even show up on my screen, so. Man, getting western out here on the eastern side.
Excuse me for a little bit.
Yeah. No, go do what you got to do. We're gonna go straight to aliens and any new conspiracies. If y'all want, I mean,
All the
feel free
conspiracy
to.
theories.
Yeah, chime in. Did you see that new video where these F-22s are like following these UFOs? It almost looked like they were escorting them. You seen this?
Nope.
Oh, well, you don't like to claim anything, do you?
No, well, no, I don't know about
It's on video. I saw the video. They're basically escorting these over there in, the desert lands, where they keep all those things.
Will they keep
There
them
was
on?
these three disc-shaped objects kind of floating around, and then the F-22s just come in and just kind of guide them where they need to go.
Well, let me ask you this, Turner. If you were a space alien and you were advanced and you had all this technology to get here, wouldn't you be incredibly bored? Like you're hanging out in Roswell or wherever they're Area 51, wherever they're keeping them.
Yeah,
They've got to be bored as hell. They're like, there's nothing to do here.
yeah. They just
Whatever
want to.
the equivalent to our Wi-Fi is that they have, they're like, they don't even have that. They're like, what are we
Yeah.
supposed to do here?
These morons just have Facebook. They're so dumb here. Yeah, no, they probably are.
They
Bored,
just like
but,
each other's comments all day. It's ridiculous.
They're always posting pictures of food on a paper plate. What's wrong? What's wrong with these people here? Have you noticed that on the Book of Faces? I got a bunch of people that always posting food, and it looks like trash. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what, and it's on a paper plate. I'm like, what in the world? Now, I live in a hillbilly area. I'm gonna have to admit that I'm in the sticks, but that thing there, it just it boggles my mind as it would the aliens. I think they would probably bored with that as well.
So Lori Vaught, League Administrator here and Commander-in-Chief of the VRL, reminding all the drivers, hey, we went 77 green flag laps here, and all of a sudden now we can't make a couple of laps without a caution. Please help shape it up out there and be patient.
Have you seen that? What they're doing though on these restarts? They're staying 3 to 5 wide.
Yes.
They're really they're like overdoing it. Seems like
Yeah.
almost maybe they're showing. Do you think they're showing off for the aliens?
Oh my gosh.
Could be.
No, because I'm almost positive aliens like us think lobster has absolutely no flavor and just wants to avoid it. As we get ready to go back to green flag racing here with the 7 and the 81 lined up side by side, the 28 and the 13 right there behind them. So we still have at least a couple of drivers here racing for this championship up at the front, and looking to try to claim that victory here tonight. And it's Jonathan Osborne, who, man, especially in these playoffs, has come out like absolutely nothing we've seen. But we have seen something like it, like Jeremiah Burke at the towards the end of the last official season that these guys had, and basically won just about everything. Well, Osborne's kind of on that same trend here and trying to do that here tonight as they go back to green flag racing with the 81 and that 781 up on the outside lane, getting a great restart here, but we're going to have a quick caution.
Oh,
Yeah, there
man.
was the accordion effect in the back.
Yeah. They're overshooting things right now. I think they're just. It's just nuts. And also, Brown, you missed it, but I do not want to offend people that post food on the Book of Faces, but please use like a ceramic plate or some kind of dish. Don't put it
fine
on a
china.
paper plate. The fine china, put it on your fine china. I like to
Not
see
a
food.
July picnic,
And now, if it is a 4th of July picnic, yes, you can do that. But anyway, what did you see, Brown?
It's just like English said, just a straight, the classic accordion happening here as we watch it again. We can actually watch this from the perspective of the 14. Where it's just like, I don't know if people were expecting for like a green, and just, man, it's one of those hurry up and wait situations. And unfortunately for the 14 of Dustin with a Y already laps down, getting a little bit more damage there with the 74 of Zachary Hallinan getting all tangled up.
And I know I said a minute ago, I said New Hampshire sucks. I was talking about the track, of course, not the state. But
No, state's beautiful.
This track it can be a lot of fun to watch, but you have to get those, we have to get these restarts figured out here, and it's hard to control your aggression. It's the last race of the season. Some of these guys are racing for a lot of money, so I mean,
But
it's hard to
they're
get
not.
yourself in check there.
But they're not the ones really causing the problems. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like Lori says, they went 77 laps caution free, and now it's kind of a mess. And why is that? Well, who's getting aggressive, and what's going on? Are people just wanting to win the race? But the championship 4 guys are not causing this stuff that I can tell. It's just kind of over aggressive drivers all the way around.
I mean, that's the thing about racing. You can be racing for a championship, racing for 10th, racing for 20th. Either way, racing is racing, and that's what these guys are trying to do out here and get as good of a finish that they can here on the season. As speaking of the 77 green flag laps that we had, let's take a ride here with the 77 of the mustache man himself, Mr. Jacob Young, here under caution. Always happy to.
You can clean a warehouse floor with what he's got on his upper lip there.
That's got a good stash, man.
One, yeah.
Hey, this is a good one. Carl Shaw, he said you start talking about aliens and the viewers went up. Well, Carl, I'm afraid to say that is only because of this town called Langley, Virginia. You say a couple things, they start to pay attention. So
I just
that's
heard the tape click on. I think they're
the tape. Yes.
The tapes are rolling.
It's gonna
Reel
be
to
filed
reel.
with the rest of them. The crazy alien talking people on AAA broadcasting. Sometimes, not all the time. We try to keep it to a minimum. But we try to also entertain when there's a lot of cautions.
Oh man, this restart is going to be very important here.
Yeah, I think so.
Not
Let's
just
keep
the
it
front
clean.
row, Bittner back here, a couple rows behind. He's wanting to get up there and make it a race here between these 3 drivers in the championship race. Unfortunately, Eaton looks like he might be out of contention here as many laps as he is behind here. 6 laps behind.
Terrible.
Definitely unfortunate.
Good season though. Good season
man.
for him though.
Great season.
Great season, and all of that with a race win that he possibly or really should have had there at Coda, and that unfortunate internet disconnection that kind of stalled him out there, but he came back with a vengeance as we go back to green flag here. The 7 with a vengeance here down low on that 81 of Jonathan Osborne, but Osborne not giving back up, getting that front bumper back even with the back bumper of the 7 before finally checking up just a little bit as the 7 regains control of this race, and that is not what the 81 wanted to see here as he does a little bit of a crossover down the backstretch to bring it even. Steven once again looking down towards the inside. 24 laps left to go.
Dang, Chachi making it one hell of a race up there up front. Meanwhile, you got 3 wide all over the track. Oh, there goes Uncle Dave. He's around. Yellow's out. Big red.
Oh, you got the one of David fight. 14 again, getting kind of tangled up in it. Oh, man. It was starting so good for the 14 of Eaton, and now it's just kind of come back to bite him quite a bit. As we go ahead and take a look-see here and what happened to Uncle Dave, who was having a relatively okay night. Wasn't doing anything too bad out there. As just it's a little bit more of that checkup game. Looks like I think that was so. It started off with a little bit of netcode here with the 92 and the 123. I'm trying to get a little bit better view of it, but it looked like the 123 just got slingshotted down into the corner like he got bumped by the 92, but there was no contact. And that sent the 123 and the 29 getting collected together right in front of the one of Fight, and then back across the track. Oh, the 77 of Young getting involved, the 10 of Andrew Cawthon getting snagged up in it, 434, the 53, and the 14 just kind of skidded down onto the bottom there on his own as he was trying to check up for all the mayhem happening here in front of him.
Mayberry tried to save it. He had that thing hanging out there, and then David Fight didn't have anywhere to go and just barely touched him, and that's all it took. Get him to go
You know
around.
who's mad though?
Lori.
Lori Vaught.
Lori Vaught's not happy with
The
how
queen-
this championship
queen.
went.
She's always so nice to everybody, but she is not happy right now with all this. And I get it, your frustration. It's the last race. People are trying to, showboat and
Four wide
overdrive
on
the thing.
St. Talladega, but they're racing it like it is.
Right, like at some point you do run out of talent. That is a thing. You start maybe dial it back a little bit and let's finish this thing off. Let those
Vega.
let those drivers up front just kind of do their thing. Because that's really what tonight's about, the top four guys. But, Brown, like you said, these other guys do deserve a chance at winning, but let's just keep it a little bit clean, right?
Keep it civilized, as you would.
Yeah, civilized.
And, because clean is all in perspective. I mean, rubbin's racing, but that's technically not clean. So civilized, you can, as long as you trust the guy and you do a little bit of rubbing and you both make it out of the corner, okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's tough, man. New Hampshire is a very difficult track to drive. It's, again, realistically like a lane and a half worth of actual racing lanes for these drivers to actually try to make up position, so they're all trying to squeeze in together, and it's very flat, very easy to get those rear tires all loosened up and kind of spun around on you. So it's just a mix of everything can really contribute to what's going on. But Lori also saying, I don't know if they're remembering or if they're forgetting, but penalties will carry over to the first race here coming up into season 9. So
Oh, yeah, they will. Oh, they will. And you know what? People remember. She has a Matrix thing. She knows exactly who did what and when they did it, like Santa Claus, She knows who was bad and who was good, and there's gonna be a lot of people on the bad list starting season 9, unfortunately for them. But let's currently focus on what's happening here. Jonathan Osborne, Timothy Pope, there's some great driving. John Curtis is up 12. Anderson's up into 8th place, 18 spots. Gallagher's up. Greg Klein's even up, so we got some good racing. Let's finish this thing off strong.
as we go back to side-by-side action here with the 81 and the 7, 81 down low, 7 up to the outside lane. Pace car coming on down into pit road here. Back to the green flag, 19 laps left to go, battling it out for this championship. 28-13 locked in behind the 7 and the 81. 84 is back there, just lurking in the wings, just trying to find a way to get himself all the way up into a possible championship position as the 7 gets a fantastic drive coming out of the corner, able to keep that lead position away from the 81 of Osborne as the 13 tries to tail the 81 as much as he can. 84 Bittner, man, he is ready to rumble, just waiting for an opening as he's side by side right now with the 28. Looks like he is finally clear as he's probably going to try to slingshot himself around the 13 of Andrew Player here down in and around turns 1 and 2 as the 7 of Timothy Pope kind of sensing that it is go time, but he is absolutely flying out there trying to stay out away from the 81. You also got Albert Anderson in the 99 getting up into some of the action. Oh no, getting contact there with the 28. Thankfully they both kind of had some reverse netcode where they kind of teleported into each other a little bit there. And and then the 99 gets into the back. Oh, just missing his braking point there. Sends the 28. Good save there from Rincon to keep that nose pointed in the right direction. As, man, oh man, the shuffle and bustle is still on about.
It's really shaking up here towards the end of this race, and it ain't over yet. Oh, here comes the truck around. Dustin Eaton sideways. Looks like we might stay green here. He's on the infield.
That he is, so we will remain green flag racing here with the 7 of Timothy Pope drifting out of the corner and snagging a piece of the outside wall. That just goes to show you how much that 7 machine is pushing it to the limit here, as the 81 Jonathan Osborne just watches that bumper get smaller and smaller there in front of him. The field looks like it has figured out a way to try to calm things down a little bit here. Still some good side-by-side as the 69 of Larry Dickerson. Oh, the 29 now getting into the back of the 55 as we're leaning down into the final 15 laps here of this race.
Battle of the real estate agent there.
That's what I was going to
You were
say.
thinking it too, huh?
I wanted them to fight. You two fight over real estate. The rest of us will fight over, getting up front in the race. Oh man,
awesome.
I thought the same thing. Yeah, but realtors are fighting. It's a thing when the realtors start getting it on.
Oh yeah.
But normally, it's Kyle and Dave are
There
fighting.
goes
But
Dickerson around again.
oh
On the
Lord,
infield, but the yellow comes out right before
Oh.
he gets to the infield.
what a spin!
That was
I think
fantastic
he got
spin
some
there from
help.
the 69.
I think he got help. I had to look at that.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and take the. So it was. Turner, this one's a little weird here, buddy. It's I think this is one of those delayed things. Is he just kind of drifted up the track as the 29 was coming down out of the corner. They make contact. 69. Oh yeah, it wasn't delayed reaction at all. He just got loosey goosey, squiggly wiggly, and eventually it snapped around on the milk dud here down onto a portion of the road course, which allowed him to get it all collected before hitting those tire barriers.
That was a heck of a taking that. What was the IndyCar driver that did that and won the race that year? He did a full 360 and.
Oh, you got me on that one. I don't
It
know.
was in the 80s, Brown.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Not Unser. It was a Miller High Life car. Somebody may remember that. It was awesome though. He did a 360 just like that, held it just like that, kept going, and ended up winning the race.
I was still into Demolition Derby back then in the 80s.
I was probably too. Monster trucks.
Monster trucks, yeah.
Yeah, but still, it was a man.
Tractor pull.
I gotta remember that guy's name. I'll get to it here, but anyway, I mean that happened, and Dickerson did a great job holding it.
Well, Brown, we're going to restart. Less than 10 to go. Is everyone
Good on fuel here. We should be, right?
I would
lap 100.
Yeah, lap 100. We've had quite a few
enough
cautions here. Yeah, so I think the only thing I would be concerned about here is the tire situation.
For Pope? Yeah.
But even then, on that last restart, if anything, Pope just proved that he's got at least a little bit of something left in that rubber.
So his tires are a little older than Osborne's and Bittner's. Well, Bittner looks like he took 2 also. So as far as tires sit, Osborne and Player up there have the best tires in the top 4 at least.
Well,
Pope knows how to
that'll
work
be
them old
interesting.
tires though. So
Let me just finish my thought. Danny
Yeah.
Sullivan, he's the one that was known for the spin and win victory 1985 Indianapolis 500. Spun out in front of Mario Andretti on lap
Wow.
120, and he passed him at 140 and won the race. It was a pretty cool thing. But Dickerson's probably not going to win this thing, but
I don't think
it was
so.
a similar spin. Pretty sure it's a Miller High Life car.
But hey, you never know. We've seen some craziness at the ends of some of these races. I mean, even in these playoffs, especially at Sonoma, we saw some craziness there. So now we'll just have to wait and see what these championship contenders can do. Up here at the front, Jonathan Osborne, Timothy Pope lineup, 84 Josh Bittner. He's there ready to strike and try to maybe steal something away. Andrew Player up there trying to play a little bit spoiler here at his home track. 6 of Trevor Robertson, 99 of America's driver Albert Anderson, your current hard charger, up 20 spots on the day. Trying to maybe play a little bit spoiler action here himself as Joe Canellis cheering on Albert Anderson here as we get ready. Of course, Earl Evans cheering on the Chachi as we slowly make our way down and around turns 3 and 4. It's going to be 9 laps left to go as the pace car peels off down onto pit road, and we return to green flag racing here as they go side by side, even Steven down across the start finish line for the 81 and the 7. The 81 trying to get that to stick on the bottom side, but it just not quite able to. He had to check up a little bit. That's allowing the 7 to come back, but the 81 hanging up there with him as they go side by side, door to door, bumper to bumper, down into turns 3 and 4. The 81 able to get a little grip, goes up high, sending it a little too hard as the 7 completes a crossover move down on the bottom side, but the 81 able to find some momentum as they exit out of turns 3 and 4, still battling side by side.
You got to get past them. It's not enough to get beside them. You got to clear them to complete the pass there and take that position away. The 123's around. We got wrecking.
Oh no, and that's going to bring out the caution, and it was a fantastic race that was going on up at the front between two drivers that did not care what happened to their truck. They were just sending it on into those corners. As let's go ahead and take a look-see at what happened here with the 123. Just a self-spin there in the middle of the corner, and things just kind of got bottled up from there. 28 of George Rincon, who has been having a really good night here tonight, unfortunately, getting snagged in it. Same thing with the 434, the 69. 01 of Kelly Keel loses his bumper. Just in case if adding insult to injury for the 14 gets a little extra ding and dent there. I think he might have missed a panel that needed to be reworked, and wanted to make sure his pit crew knew about it.
Oh, rutabaga.
Mike Adamson, our buddy, joining us over there in the YouTube chat saying, howdy, y'all. I'm watching. Hi, Lori. Chan the Man saying, damn, George got run over there. George Rincon. It's been a wild last, what, third of the race there, Brown? Something like that. It's been one after another with these cautions and guys going 4 wide and self-spinning. It's something else here, this championship race for season 8 of VRL.
Yeah, like Lori said there in the chat, she like as much as she's upset, it's just it was a lot of self spins here tonight, and that's very true. I mean, what two of the cautions here tonight have been because of like car contacts or something like that. Everything else has just been rear tires slipping out from drivers.
I mean, this is a rough track, man. It's especially if you're on cold tires or old tires, and you know it's just wild to see a flat track like this. You know, at the last race of the season, and they know what's on the line here, and they're trying to give it their all, and it's hard to get the power down. I mean, the track has cooled off some. Yeah, it's down to 72 degrees, so the track's cooled down a lot. But that can only do so much.
Yeah, it's definitely definitely something we got to look out for. I will say, so in real life right now, it is 70 degrees actual temperature outside my bedroom window right now. So it's actually at least track temp is about equal to the real life temperature. It's as close as these drivers are going to get to racing here in real life because it is also nighttime and there are no lights here at New Hampshire. As the fans are really coming in now, especially knowing we're closing in on the final couple of laps here. Greg Goodenough saying, man, it's 35 minutes of repairs, and he still might make a lap after getting all the repairs. Oh man, that'd be great. I mean, that's why you always stick with it, man. You never know what could happen out here. I will say, as we're coming on down to the wire here, it won't be quite a green-white checker finish here right now, but these drivers do have one, and one only, opportunity to go into a bonus time. So just something to watch out for. And I know these guys hate it when things finish under yellow. That's something that nobody wants to see. They want to see everybody race it out.
That's the last thing you want to see is the field frozen and everybody wondering, oh, who ended up winning that? You want to be in the gas, battling somebody. That's the way it should be anyway. But
We're gonna see
Yeah.
right here.
See, indeed, as the pace truck directs its way on down into a pit road. 84, 7, 81, all hungry for the championship win here as the green flag flies. 84 giving a shove to his teammate here, but I don't know how much teammates matter when racing for a championship, as the 81 runs around the outside lane, getting that momentum around the 7 of Timothy Pope, but Pope finds that other gear, staying with it here alongside that 81 of Osborne, picking up right where they left off on that last run, as the 81 misses his braking point and hits the outside wall, but able to save some momentum and stay there with them side by side with that 7 as they come back down across the line. 2 laps left to go. 84 of Bittner just watching and hoping that these two drivers maybe get collected in a little incident there themselves, that he could possibly steal something away, as the 7 gets involved with the 81, and that's going to cost him a little bit of time.
Dickerson spun, yellow's out. So we did have another wreck here before the white flag. So we will use that one green-white checker. This is for all of it, folks.
And something weird happened up front, Brown. I don't know what happened back there, but Pope kind of, that was strange. He just kind of turned into, like, that was weird. Have to look into that one.
Oh man, yeah, talk about a collection agency down there through turns 1 and 2, 10, 69, a whole bunch of others getting caught up with it. But let's go ahead, like you said, let's check to see what happened here coming out of the corner as the 81 and the 7 get collected. Oh, it looks like the 7 just got snapped loose on corner exit here, making that transition between the bottom line across the middle of the racetrack, and he gets into the side of the 81, which thankfully for the 7 machine, the caution came out because that opened up a huge door for the 81 of Osborne to try to drive away.
That was there luck involved on Pope's behalf there? English, what do you think? I was looking at that wreck with Rincon and Dickerson, and it's like Dickerson's always in the middle, and it looked like Rincon came down on him a little bit, but heck, man, I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out how the 69 still has a truck left. I mean, every time the yellow flag waves, we see the 69 flying in something. Or...
He's been hit every way to Sunday, hadn't he? But what happened up front was crazy. I wish we could have just kept going and see how that worked out, but re-racking one more lap. This is the last time for this season right here.
It. Hopefully they make it to the white flag here, Brown. I know the fans want to see them race it out here. We just talked about it. I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but I want to thank everybody for joining us out there in the YouTube chat, for all the support, getting us over 600 subscribers this race. The newcomers out here that we haven't seen before, Evan and Carl and Jason Gaines. Thank y'all for being here, and thank all the people that have been out here forever, like Kathy Anderson and the rest of the Anderson crew. all the y'all that come here week after week, race after race, y'all are the reason why we're still here doing this. So
Yeah.
thank y'all so much.
Chan the man cheering for a possible spoiler action here with the 84 Josh Bittner, 81 and the 7, both eyeing on that prize here as storm clouds starting to roll in, even though no rain is in the forecast. So it's just something we got to keep our eyes on here as Evan Elosh is out here at Fort Chachi, cheering him on, trying to pick up that race win.
Man,
Three
I'm
of
gonna have to take. No, go ahead. But I was just
No,
gonna say,
you said-
English. I'm gonna have to take some blood pressure medicine here for this thing.
Yeah, really, man. This is gonna be an exciting one, and 3 of your championship drivers starting in the front here. Bittner, Pope, and Osborne here. This is gonna be awesome.
This will be. So just a reminder on the rules of a green-white checker for everybody out there. We're going to go back to the green flag. As long as the leader crosses that start-finish line to take the white flag, we're going to race this one all the way back on out. However, if a caution flag comes out before whoever's leading crosses that start-finish line, that is it. The field is frozen, and we will claim our champion based on that. So, man, oh man, it's going to be a big-time hustle and bustle up here at the front. Osborne, Pope, Bittner, battling for a championship here as the pace truck peels off down onto pit road. Into the Geico restart zone we go. Green flag racing once again as they send it off side by side. The 7 machine getting a great restart there on the bottom side, but we've seen that high side momentum as the 81 of Chachi able to get it down. Oh, as the 84 gets into the back of the 81, that's going to send the 81 tumbling down through the field, and the 7 of Timothy Pope will pick up season championship number 3.
Holy smokes, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Oh man, by getting into the 81, the 84 cost himself a chance at the championship as well and froze the field. I'm sure that wasn't his intention, but
Yeah, that's a wrap.
oh man, that's a wrap. Pope's got number 3.
Whew. I don't know what to say on this, you know.
Well, congratulations, Tim Pope,
Well,
for sure.
besides that, yes,
Oh, yeah.
obviously. He was having obviously a great driver. I just wanted to see it play itself out with him. And
I did
Hank
too.
Warner.
That was
It-
wild.
It's always a bummer, but that is championship racing right there. And unfortunately, we won't be able to talk to the 99 of Albert Anderson here tonight, as he did finish up on that podium here in third. Your hard charger up 23 spots after serving that penalty and starting all the way from the back. So big congratulations to America's driver out there, having a fantastic race night and proving why he is, in fact, America's driver.
Great season as well. Made it into the playoffs on because a couple guys bowed out, but gave it the good old college try, as they say.
Mm.
My goodness, what a finish to the last race of the season here, Adam.
Yeah, it was. We had a interesting race, the 70-something laps green. I thought we were just going to smoke through this race and be done with it. But, as they say in the business, you never know until that one person sings. You know? Right? You know, the non-offensive thing. The one person has to sing.
Right. Well, do you know like that woman singer, opera singer's name that like it's about? Because I don't know. Like I've heard it my entire life, and I just have no idea who's it's about.
I didn't know it was singling out anybody. I don't know where it came from. The kind of just folklore.
That maybe.
But I'm sure it probably came from a real scenario.
Lori Fott just says, "Hey Brown, we will announce the champion later tonight. Way too many incidents to call
Ooh.
it.
Okay. Well,
Might have to find out in the morning how the season turned out. Is that
well, that's how we found out most elections nowadays. You think one thing's
think you
happening
know
and
how it's gonna
wake
turn
wake up at 6 and we were all told a lie. So I don't know what's going to happen here. I guess we'll just figure this out, Brown. What are we going to do?
Yeah, it's a great question. We're gonna try to figure that out. I see Lori is very click-clack deleting and typing and doing what she does best down there, trying to get things all sorted out.
Trying to get us our direction for the night. But regardless, it was the finale, and there was definitely some good racing in it. We just saw some weird stuff too, like really off-the-wall stuff. But that's part of iRacing. You definitely, it's like going to a baseball game. You go to a baseball game, you guarantee you're going to see something you hadn't seen before. For the most part, something weird will happen. You know? English just sounds like he's in shock.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what to do with my hands, guys.
to do with my
Signing off.
Just play the national anthem. We'll see.
Yeah,
later.
let's play that again. Good night, kids. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? Let's go.
It was definitely a great performance here tonight from all of our championship drivers, and we did see some unfortunate incidents befall the 14, who was the YouTube chat's favorite to win the championship here tonight.
Yeah. Well, since we don't have an exact declaration of anything here just yet, because I am, the person that hits all the buttons here on the broadcast, that also means I get to decide what we do, and
Yes.
because of that, I will now, instead of not talking to the driver of the 99, also known as America's driver, Albert Anderson, but we're going to talk to him anyway, because, that's how I roll. And we always love it when we get to talk to the hard charger of America's driver, Albert Anderson, here tonight, picking up a fantastic finish here tonight there, Albert. Great way to claw back your way up a fantastic chunk of positions, starting from the back from a little bit of a penalty you had to serve, but made it just a fantastic drive at a very tricky track like New Hampshire.
Yeah, I had to start dead last, and right now it looks like I'm on the podium, finished third. So, I'll take that. Some challenges during the race tonight for sure. Some tempers, and yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Well, congrats on the podium. Congrats on another great season. You've got a great family with a lot of support out there. They were definitely out there in force for you here tonight, even though you weren't really in contention for a championship tonight after being eliminated, but they were out here supporting you nonetheless. What are you looking forward to next season? I know that season 9 getting started pretty much right away.
Yeah, I mean, season 9 is going to be really good. Interesting change of things that we're not going to have fast repair, so that's going to be really interesting. So that may calm things down a little bit. There's other leagues out there that run without fast repair, so that'll probably calm things down a little bit, but we'll see. I'm excited about it. Got a new teammate joining us, so it's going to be cool. I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, well, we don't know who the new teammate is. Are you going to share? If not, good job tonight, as always. Good season. I know you're always having fun. Who'd you like to give some shout outs to?
So I'd share his name with you if I could remember. Oh yeah, Joseph Canales. All right, so yeah, he's going to be joining the team next year, and we're looking forward to having a new member, a new guy at All Star. We got a good program over here, so I'm looking to join him with us. Um, just thank all of the fans that showed up. I mean, everybody in the YouTube chat. The YouTube chat is amazing. You know, people are tuning in, supporting you guys, supporting the broadcast, supporting the racers, the league. I love it. You know, I love that YouTube fills up. All of my family, my Aunt Edith, my Aunt Kathy, Dad, you know, my kids, potential new girlfriend that joined us tonight. So, you know, uh,
Ooh.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, fun stuff, man. Good stuff on the horizon. I'm excited. Got a third place, got some momentum going into next season, and I'm ready to go.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations to America's driver on the podium finish and hard charger of the night, up 23 spots for Mr. Albert Anderson, man. Congratulations, and look forward to seeing you back out there in action next season here, buddy.
Lori, just love you guys. See you guys.
With that, we will take a step up the podium and talk to tonight's second place finisher, and not the way he wanted to finish this one out, but hey, he was giving it all. He's got the 84 of Josh Bittner finding his way onto the podium, up 11 spots here as well. Josh, I know it was a little rumble tumble out there, especially in those last few laps, but you guys had a little bit of a differential strategy there, at least for a while. Coming in during one of those first couple of cautions, which allowed you to kind of extend out that green flag run a little bit.
Yeah, we had a pretty good start, or starting mid of pack, I should say. We had a pretty good strategy at the start. We're just trying to save tires. One thing I love about this variable weather type of deal that they implemented this season is it's completely random, and I was banking on it being bright and sunny and trying to save tires better than everybody. That's what kind of setup we did with the offset and what brake bias and all that. And it really just got cloudy, so the track had a lot of tack to it, and it completely threw a wrench in there. But we had some short run speed, and we just methodically tried to work our way up and put ourselves in a position at the end.
Always the tactician. You take everything into account, and that's what's helped make you successful. Besides being a skilled race car driver, is you think of everything, and it really pays off when it works out for you. But I had it in my heart of hearts. I thought, well, Josh Bittner's starting mid pack, but these shallow turns remind me a lot of Pocono, and I know that's you love that track and you excel there, and like every turn's almost like the tunnel turn here. The way you run it. So I mean, did it kind of remind you of that? Did that help you?
Yeah, I mean, it handles in a lot of the ways like how turn 3 is, where there's a lot of, you have to carry so much speed turn 3 Pocono, while at the same time being able to manage your car and just the different banking as well. Like, you can kind of dip your left tires into the first lane where there's less banking. You can go up the track a little bit. You can run it high. Although you can't do some of this stuff. I mean, I saw Osborne. He went up in turn 1 and 2 and just bounced it off the wall and pointed it forward. I've honestly never seen that done before. Uh, I don't know if you call that a wall ride or not, but that certainly was interesting. But no, it's a lot of fun and a lot of character to this flat track. Just the shame how it ended. Definitely, I mean, Osborne's the last person I want to get into. I tapped him earlier in the race, and on the restart, I had a hell of a run. I squeezed by Albert on the inside, and I had a lot of momentum on the outside. I don't know if Osborne got a little loose coming up to it, because he should have had a lot more momentum and had a lot more speed on him. Yeah, but it definitely wasn't intentional. So people saying pit maneuvers, keep crying. I didn't do that shit, Sorry, Kirsten.
No, we didn't think you did that either. I mean, teammate, right? Like, come on, or your buddy anyway.
Yeah, I love the dude. That's not how I wanted the season to end. Especially
Right.
I got on. You heard me probably getting on the comms bitching about people, spinning themselves out for 20th place. That's not how I wanted the season to end. It wasn't. And I'm trying to try and get a hold of John. I mean, he might have gone to bed at this point, if not tomorrow. Just reach out and apologize, because it wasn't right. And just because Tim's my teammate doesn't mean I wanted him to win the championship more. I just wanted a good finish.
Right. Well, do you have anybody you'd like to thank right now?
Yeah, I mean, congrats to Tim. He, again, it wasn't the way I wanted to go about it, but he, I don't know if he's going to be the champion or whatnot, but I don't think he turned anybody or got into anybody to warrant that. But that's up to race control. Just in general, you guys have been killer this season. I really appreciate you, Jess and Lori, for putting on the league and making it interesting. The playoff format really crazy, following the NASCAR Cup Series style. Really loved that, and it had us on the edge of our seats. Everybody was really respectful driving. The team in general, Trevor, Ricky, Tim, Kyle, Vaught, everybody's been solid. I think everybody might have squeezed everyone but Ricky squeezed the win this season. So hopefully next time around, we can get all of us. But girlfriend Peyton, got a lot of things coming up, some good, some bad. You guys just keep us in your thoughts a little bit. We got a lot of stuff's about to happen soon. That kind of leads me to this here. I'm going to be taking a break from this league and league racing on iRacing in general. I don't know if it'll be a season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, whatever. Just got some stuff to get in order. Going to be moving, a couple other things down the pipeline, and got the real racing going on as well. Track Dogs Racing on YouTube. Just got our points back at Grandview. We're running 5th right now, so we got a lot to look forward to. Keep going on the real racing side of things with our monthly enduro stuff at Grandview. But no, overall, just appreciate everyone out there that's had my back. Feel like I let some people down tonight, but we're just going to keep the momentum rolling, try to turn a new leaf as next time I come back and get to talk to you guys.
Awesome, man. Well, big congratulations on the 2nd place finish here tonight for Josh Bittner, driver of the 84 machine, man. Congratulations. Look forward to hopefully seeing you back here one day, and it's not too long of a hiatus, but congratulations and good luck with what you got going on here, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Love you all.
And with that, we move on up. Oop. Hold on a second. I need to rewind a little bit here to make sure we have enough screen time, otherwise everything starts to shut down on us here a little bit. As we move on up to the winner of the evening, the 7 of Timothy Pope for Ain't Dead Yet, picking up the race win here tonight. Tim, congratulations. Looked like you had that long run speed, and then of course, as I say that, some cautions came out, and I'm like, Tim probably doesn't want that. It looked like Eaton had a little bit faster of a short run car. Well, then you turned on the turbo jets and just ripped away from everybody once again. Looked like you were feeling fairly comfortable at a track here at New Hampshire.
Yeah, as long as we had a green flag there, I was rocking and rolling. But the caution, like you said, I ain't got no short run speed at this track. Too loose.
I tell you what, you've had one heck of a season once again, Tim, and we really love watching you race. And I hope you put on one heck of a show coming up in the next season, season 9, which is right around the corner. One of the things we've been talking about is with the new season, there's not going to be any fast repairs. At least that's the plan here so far. Do you think that that's going to help the racing out some, or do you think that's going to maybe hurt some guys that, maybe lose a race because of something that ain't their fault, or, is that just racing?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go both ways. People gonna get took out when it ain't their fault, and get mad and all that good stuff. But I don't know how it's gonna work out. I don't really like it, but I'll deal with it.
Well, you dealt with it tonight and ended up in first. Good race. You battled through it all. Who'd you like to give some shout outs to?
Yes, and Lori, as always, putting on a great league here. We're very well ran. You guys were doing an awesome job on the broadcast. Everybody on this team.
Awesome, man. Well, big congratulations to Timothy Pope picking up the race win here at New Hampshire, man. Congratulations. We look forward to seeing you back out in action again next season and to dominate the only way a Timothy Pope does.
Thank you.
And with that, we'll close down all the interviews and all that for the evening. And so no official word just yet, but man, hey, talk about a wild ride. Saw a beautiful green flag run there in the opening half, and then after that, it just got a little helter-skelter there on these fellas.
Yeah, it did, and you know, folks, a lot of it was mid-pack to the rear. Guys fight for every position, trying to make some points, trying to get to the front, maybe pick up their first win, that type of deal. It's the last race of the season. I doubt they were after points, but just trying to claw their way up and do what they could to finish as high as they could. You can't really fault them for that, but the 3, 4, and 5 wide that we saw here at a short track, that's a little much. That got kind of crazy there for a little bit, but yeah, they're going to go over and review some race footage tonight. Stay tuned to the Discord and everything. Maybe we could put something out on Facebook on our page just to let folks know tomorrow who the official Season 8 champion is, because it's getting mighty late down here in Louisiana.
Yeah, it is, and drivers just want to drive, and I think some of the guys might have drove quite a bit, maybe a little bit more than they should have. Other than that, it was a interesting race. We had a good run there, and wish it could have finished well.
As we slowly wind things down here tonight, let's go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver ended up finishing on the evening. Again, just keep in mind that some of this might change, some of it may not. So we're just going with the flow as it kind of rolls out here. Timothy Pope picks up the race win. 84, Josh Bittner in second, with the 99 of America's driver, Albert Anderson, finding his way onto that podium. The hometown hero here of Andrew Player, driver of the 13, finds his way up into fourth. 6 of Trevor Robertson with a great run to round out your top 5. 43 of John Curtis had a little bit of a rough and tumble ride, but found his way up into 6th. Dave, the hot rod, the nickname, the Uncle Mayberry, finding his way up into 7th. Greg Klein even finding some good space out there to finish in 8th. 77 of Jacob Young, the mustache, fighting back here tonight in 9th, with the 33 of Jazz Vaught rounding out your field's top 10.
The one truck of David Fight finishes up 6 in 11th place. 12th place goes to Jeremiah Burke in the 53. 28 of George Racone finishing in 13th place. 14th goes to Jonathan Osborne in the 81 truck after being spun there right there at the end of the race, running for the championship. He'll finish 14th. 15th, Greg Dobson in the 085 had some trouble early. 55, Ricky Wittenberg finished on the lead lap, ran pretty well most of the night here. Starting 8th, he'll finish in 16th place. Andrew Cawthon, a couple great saves out there for the 10 truck. He'll finish in 17th place. 18th place, and the last truck on the lead lap, Kevin Hunt, the 434. Well fought out there, Kevin. Great job finishing on the lead lap here with everybody. And the 123, John Gallagher, up one spot, finishing in 19th, 1 lap down. And also 1 lap down, Milk Dud, Larry Dickerson, 69, rounds out your top 20.
74, Zachary Hallinan, 21st. Dustin Eaton in the 14. 22nd, 23rd, Kelly Keelan, 01. 23rd, Sean McDonald in the 23 is Sean McDonald, and ended up 24th. 25th, Craig Goodenough in the 89, and the 16 of Kyle Vaught ended up 26th. And I think we have a little bit of news, bro.
And that we do. I wish I had a breaking news stat kind of little sound thing, but it will be Timothy Pope being your season champion, picking up number 3 for him. So big congratulations to Mr. Tim Pope, a well-deserved season championship here tonight. As always, we do thank you all for tuning in watching, and of course, getting us up to that 600 subscriber mark, because man, you guys are the reason why we do this and have such a great time of doing it, seeing you guys out there in the chat. So definitely keep it on up, and we can't be grateful enough to see each and every single one of you guys out here. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live or make any announcements or anything like that. And of course, if you enjoy any of the racing action, hit that thumbs up button here as well. Also have to say a huge proud thank you to the sponsors of the VRL, such as GC Cruise Travel, Blue Fox Properties and Mr. Dave Mayberry, D&D Race Graphics, with Southbound Real Estate and Mr. Ricky Wittenberg. Thank you all for your fantastic support of a wonderful league, because without it, they would not be able to put on the amazing show that they do each and every single week. So thank you all so very much. So with that, we bring this season to a close. We look forward to seeing everybody back out here in action for some super speedway racing coming up on Sunday night, as the NTRL both leagues are hot into their final few races of the season. Can't wait to see you guys coming up then. But until Sunday night, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We are signing off.
We go.
See ya.